Okay, so I think it's Raihan Shumon. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. Let's take a look, shall we? I'm closing something, sorry. Yes. Hello. You are entering the empire. All right, so 3D environment artists. We've got two pieces here. I'm gonna start with this one. I was actually looking at the portfolios earlier. I snuck a peek, if you will. Sneaky, sneaky. Yeah, so this one, so in general, like this ZBrush sculpt is pretty sick. Pretty sick. A lot of care went into this. One does not simply walk into the empire. You must gallop on the back of a long dog. This is sick, man. So see all of this detail? This detail is awesome. The attention to detail is just slide in the empire. So the detail on this ZBrush model is ace. And judging by how the detail is here, makes me think that this is more of a metal engraving. Hey, thanks for the follow. Cocktail shaker. Oh my God. Man, now I want to drink. That sounds amazing. Yes, this detail here looks like it should be maybe like metal that has been pressed into the wood or is placed into the wood. So we scroll up. So a lot of information is getting lost. We're not getting the metal look. And I will, where are we at here? What's happening? Let's go here. Hello, shark. Friendly shark. So let's bring it in. Let's zoom in a little bit. So the details are there. I see them. They're like this chipping here, this information, this little squiggle there. It's there. There's scratches and stuff. It looks great. Now it's breaking down in the material, and some of the main reasons why is, oh, nice. As I switch to another person's work. The main reasons why are these little details, like with this material specifically, you're seeing these details because the shader is highlighting them, right? So when your material doesn't highlight them, it automatically ends up looking quite flat. So I think some of the things you're missing an ambient occlusion bake, I think, just because these details don't seem to be popping. There doesn't seem to be AO inside of the little details there. If we go and look here as well, there's like a darker grain value that's happening here. And if this is all wood, this definitely should like probably be affected by that as well. Maybe there is AO in there. It's really hard to tell right now. Yeah, and maybe you're suggesting that this detail was added on top afterwards. Either way, the detail is not really showing all the like love and care that you put into the sculpt. I'm sure at like really harsh glancing angles of lighting, then you start to get those nice highlights. But I think what you could do with your material is doing like a convexity map to emphasize those highlights just a little bit. Like you don't want to overdo it because then it looks like it'll look stylized, I guess. But if you have like a convexity map, you get some nice details from that. There's not really a good way to demonstrate it without having like a model ready to bake and stuff open. So I can't like just make it happen right now. But yes, for that spicy detail, as Steve would say. So the value / screen blend, the curvature. What? For that spicy detail? I mean, we could do the, oh man. Oh man. High pass. High pass. With the maps. Yeah, yeah. Not you, Jared. No, stop. What are you doing? I just want to see. It's black and white. That action. That action. So like even this information, see how there's like gradients happening there? Don't mind the compression. Respio, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's overlay that. And then maybe screen. Let's see. Screen helps a little bit. Push those values down to something like yeah, so see how there's like, look at them details, dude. All that sculpting just popping, right? So, and you don't even have to go that crazy. Even just a little bit, like the difference is crazy. I think I could even, can that be faked the other way? Hang on. Sharpen others. Let's do a high pass. What happens if I invert? I don't know what happens. I'm scared. Oh, that's bright. My God. My eyeballs. Oh my gosh. What are we doing? No, that's not happening at all. Multiply. And then highlight on top. That does a little bit of what we're talking about. But you're just trying to get those. If you can get some AO in here, that'd be super nice. And then you have the high pass on top. So it's like your edge highlights. Yeah, it's really, the details are just going to look much better. Lucas, what's up, man? How you doing? Flying flamingo, or fly away flamingo? Dude, flying flamingo. Oh, man, my brain. What is happening? But I think you get the idea. Like, even look what it's doing over here. Like, just a little bit of highlights in there. So I tried to invert the edge highlight one, and that didn't seem to help me. Let me invert this one. Yeah, because see, it's not actually behaving how we're hoping it would. Yeah, no, it's not doing it. Does it silly sips his coffee in shame? No. Name change just now. What? All right. All right. Anyways, so I think we focused on that quite a bit. So let's scroll down through this. So I think the other thing that you're missing out on is a detail normal of just like a wood grain, because that's really going to help the surface hold up as you get close. And then definitely look at some tutorials, talk in the Discord about what is going on here. Hang on. About the no, I can't. How metals are portrayed, because right now the metals are feeling a little off, just in the way that they're being how they're interacting with the lighting. And I think that would, I think you would be able to get quite a bit of answers on Discord for it. If I dig into that, it's going to take a while to talk about it. And I don't want to say anything too wrong. Metals are a weird, easy yet strange thing. Sword looks pretty good. I would say that the wrap of the handle feels like it's missing the normal information to make me really feel like it's wrapping, and the roughness of the wrap feels off. Whoa, this song, I don't know about that song. Anyways, it's pretty cool. It's just those are the things that I would pay attention to. And then you have this scene, which this is the first time I'm looking at. It's kind of freaking me out now. I'm getting a little freaked out. So this looks pretty good. I think making sure that you're looking at reference is going to be key. I think you're looking at reference in this, but the geometry of the camera feels quite low. Man, the attention to detail when you're in ZBrush is pretty cool, man. I like it. The detail that you're putting in here, the noisy leather surface noise, I guess if you want to like to imply that it is the leather that you're showing us. You could do that in a detail normal as well. And don't forget that a detail normal is just a normal blending on top of another of your base normal, right? Your 0 to 1 bake. So with that detail normal, you can tile it multiple times, as many times as you want, really. So it's tiling it to make it look realistic in scale, but tiling it enough so it maintains a resolution and fidelity that you would expect on it. The other thing that I don't mention too often is if you have areas like, say, this area right here, it needs to be like a wood. Remember that you can use a color map or a black and white map. So if you use a black and white map, you can say where the white is in the map, show detail normals, and where it's black, no detail normals. That way you don't get leather in this area. If you use a color map, you can do like blue for leather and red for wood. So if you have like a wood detail normal, that would go here. So then you can plug in 2 detail normals and then path them to show up based on that color map. Detail normals are everything. They should be carrying the majority of the detail once you get within like 3 meters of the asset. Like when you start getting pretty close to the prop, detail normals are the only things that are going to save you from looking low res. Oh man, dude, that's freaking. Yeah, see, this stuff's, your ZBrush skills are pretty nice, my friend. Oh, this is cool. So I think with these materials, you can probably bundle these into a single image. I don't know, maybe you want to show them quite large, but you could probably just do it in a single image. Affix, is it affix? I think you're right. Sorry, we're going to jump back here really quick. The textile density of the sword looks higher than the... Yeah, see with the detail normal, that can help alleviate that feeling. Just because I think the textile density of this chair needs to be quite high to maintain this type of detail. But I think a detail normal will fix that. The disparity between the textile density between the two. This scene's pretty cool. It feels quite, it feels weird to me. There's something is not right about it, and I'm not sure what it is. Like, I think the approach that you took with the lighting is actually hurting the scene just because of the quality of the assets that are coming in. Oh yeah, see, it's textured, and that's not leather. What is that? Is this leather? No, that's like a fabric. Either way, fabric also would have a detail normal, right? I'm just realizing this. Sorry. The high poly looks pretty good here. I think that the bevels could be a little softer, just so that you get a nice light wrap around the edge. You guys know me in bevels. The wood material looks pretty dope on that. And then this one I was looking at, I was like, man, it's awesome. It's awesome. You are losing a ton of detail in that information when you're lighting it in a scene like this. Like, is that behind the wallpaper as well? So like you're adding detail that you end up not seeing? I'm not sure. Let's scroll through the rest of this. Dang, grungy. Getting that dirty. That dirty wall, dirty wall. Oh, that's a great comment, Mika. So Mika says, Adam Savage, love that last name, did a series where he built his own King Arthur armor with Terry English. Might be worth looking at. Get some good idea on how the metal behaves as it's being made and shapen. Yeah, the lighting in this scene is quite saturated, and the camera is really close to a lot of the assets, so it's really hard to take in the scene. And then the lighting makes the scene quite dark, so it's hard to see as well. And you can see, like, what is this? This is a carpet on the ground. This should have a detail normal on it that really helps, like, sell the carpet material. But, like, let's see if we do this. Yeah, see your range too? Like, that's where your white value is. And definitely that's the brightest spot in the scene. So if we do that, we'll look at the histogram again. What you want to look for is, just going to cheat like this. What you want is a curve like this. You want that type of information. So that way you're getting just enough dark information to like for the shadows or the crevice areas. But then it's not so much that a lot of the area is black. Because with the histogram like that, we can do that magic trick, guys. You ready for the magic trick? So we put red behind this, and we'll just double click this layer. And we will grab we'll blend with the background based on the histogram. So if I turn this up, so everywhere that's red basically has no information. So it's completely dark back there. So it's those pixels are basically black. Like there's not really anything you can do about it. You might be able to get a little bit back. And you see how like when we turn it up to try and get some information out of it, you see that there's no color information to pull from. So it doesn't really grab anything. So making sure you have that range is really going to help you in post when you start tweaking these values to try and get your final render, which is totally okay, by the way, when you're in Photoshop to just do these subtle shifts. It's not illegal or anything. Just don't like prop in Photoshop, you know. I'll just put that there. It's going to be fine. So that's not real. What's real? I don't... We're making 3D, man. Yeah. So I think let's try and so even desaturating this is really alleviating the feeling that. Let me see what's going on here. The lighting being so blue is really throwing me off. But the light coming through being so blue, but then the shadows being so red. So even desaturating it is kind of alleviating a lot of the weird feelings that I'm getting. But yeah, really taking the fact that you have all these colors in the materials that you've created. Like when you look at this, there's quite a bit of variety in here. I mean, it's all pretty matchy, but that's fine. You're not seeing any, like that blue is being completely soaked up. Like I don't even see that barrel anywhere in here. But yeah. Anyways, your portfolio is pretty good. I mean, your ZBrush skills are quite up there. Understanding your materials and getting better at metals, and then how to emphasize the surface detail that you've created in ZBrush is going to be really important, and something that you should definitely be focusing on. And then composition and lighting. Like compositionally, this one, I can see what you're going for here. You really want to focus on this prop. Pulling the camera back and lifting it just a little so you're not too close to the ground. If you get this close to the ground, we need to have something that helps the ground hold up and not be like a flat plane. So like either a detail normal, and more often than not with rugs and stuff like that, is parallax occlusion mapping, where you're actually making it look like the fibers are lifting off of the rug. And then your lighting, like we were saying just a little bit ago, because this right here, this looks great. This looks pretty good. Up close, definitely like look into detail normals for every surface, except for maybe like the glass. You can go with a detail roughness for that, like where you tile fingerprints and stuff like that. But it's just the lighting that's really pulling away from all of this information. Like you're not seeing nearly any of it. Also think about the height of the character. Like where are they standing and where are they sticking these? Do they have to bring a ladder to put it that high? Is it too high, or can it be lower? That type of stuff. Anyways, thanks for posting your portfolio. I'm going to look at the next one, and I'll be right back.